Hey everybody, how you doing? Serious video time today. So I know, adjust yourself. I'm usually really wound up and bouncing off the walls and everything, but serious video. So here we go. Earlier today, earlier this morning, I did a live stream. And in that live stream, you can go check it out on the vlog channel. I uploaded it there. I give my thoughts on the current events and everything with the death of George Floyd and the protests. Right after I woke up this morning, I grabbed my phone and I'm on the long scroll on Facebook and everything. There was a protest in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania last night, which is the closest U.S., like major U.S. city from where I'm at. It's about 2 hours away. I'm looking at everything there. I've found myself glued watching the live streams of the protests pretty much all week. And I think it's really easy to get stuck in the mire of like, this is just reality. This is the way it is. Nothing's going to improve. Nothing's going to get better. You know, I want to speak of the world of like, we can all get along and there's no racism and nobody has to die in that horrible way that George Floyd had to die. And that's the world we can live in. But then you start to think it's like that world is a fantasy. That world is far off. We're stuck here and we're never going to improve. And it's really easy to get stuck in that. And I got stuck in that. And so I did that stream. Just, after it was over, I still felt like, man, this is just it. Feeling ever more jealous of those two astronauts that blasted off yesterday into orbit. So I'm like, yeah, they're getting off the planet. Yeah. So I did the video for the Return to Reverie because I promised Artur I was going to get that out for him. So I got that out for him. And then after that was over, I sat down at my computer for a little while and felt like I was pretty close to having a damn panic attack. My stomach was really, really hurting and my heart was beating super fast. And I started sweating and I'm like, okay, here's what we need to do. Step one, we need to get away from my computer for a moment, turn off Facebook and get away from that, and then go for a very long walk. It's a nice day, little chilly outside. Go for a nice walk, clear your head, and let's think about this, okay? So that's what I did. Went for a really long walk around my neighborhood here, and I started to think, because I'm a bit of a history buff about the history of this country, and so I started thinking. I said, okay, Matt, it's that mire you got stuck into of like everything's the way it is and it's never going to improve. That's just not true. If that was true, then slavery would still be a thing in this country. Then women would still not have the right to vote in this country. The protests of Martin Luther King Jr., that would have meant nothing, and that's just not true. They meant something. Okay, all of that meant something. When slavery was abolished in this country, when women were given the right to vote, Martin Luther King's protest, everything that took a step, the right to gay marriage in 2015, I think, 2015, right? 2015, 2016, the Supreme Court decision for that was a big step forward. Things can improve. And something else that I saw was there was a comment on that live stream by a guy by the name of Nate, and I wanted to thank him because he sent me a long comment that was like, it kind of knocked the sense a little bit into me. He's like, okay, Matt, listen, everybody deals with this in their own way, and I'm dealing with this in this very morose, melancholy kind of way, but he's like, you have a platform for this, Matt. You have a platform, you have people that listen to you, and you can raise awareness. You can do something about this. So I wanted to thank to Nate. And there's also part of me that's like, hey, this is a channel that I talk about anime. I talk about manga. I talk about a series where a kid can turn into rubber. I mean, come on now. And I started to think like, well, maybe I should focus more on being the escapism for this. Maybe I should just keep making my videos, and that's the thing where people can go to and kind of like, all right, so there's a lot of crazy stuff in the world, but I can at least watch like Tekking's videos, and that'll at least escape myself from this for a little while, okay? And I'm still gonna make videos, of course, obviously. There's a lot of stuff to talk about, but I just also remembered a big part of this story that Oda infuses into this manga is racism is bad. And that's the whole thing with the fishmen and the merfolk and the Tenryubito and Jinbei. That's the whole thing. That's like Jinbei's overarching dream in this series is to make a world where everyone is equal. That's the point. All right. So, I got home after my walk, and I'm kind of like reinvigorated here. I'm like, okay. So I went on YouTube. I started looking at some other YouTubers, other videos that were talking about this, and like, okay, what can I do about this? Okay, because I don't have the largest channel on YouTube. I don't have tens of millions of subscribers or whatever, but I have a decent fan base. So I watched a bunch of videos. I watched a video from Markiplier. I haven't watched Markiplier in years. He did a really good video on that, so I would recommend Markiplier's video. But he linked to a charity called Campaign Zero, so I was looking into that. That's a charity that's focused on ending police brutality in this country. I was also looking into some other things, like the Bail Project that focuses on bail reform, the ACLU, which I'm sure a lot of people are aware of what the ACLU is, which is the American Civil Liberties Union. I provided links to all of those below. If you have another, link, something else, another big charity point, let me know so I can like look into it, then I can add it into the video description below. But those were like the three that I looked at that really kind of caught my eye in all this. You can donate. If you don't have money to donate, you can raise awareness as much as you can. So that's what I'm here to do. I don't really use Twitter all that much regarding this kind of like really serious stuff. I just feel more comfortable when I'm in front of a camera doing it like this, to really convey everything rather than in text format. And man, like even everything that's been going on this past week, I've really only talked to like 2 people about it since, before I did the stream this morning. I talked to I was talking to my friend Casey about one of the riots one night, and then I just opened up and talked to my mom about this yesterday. Like I live with my mother, and I didn't really talk to her about this at all. That was bothering me. So, we can improve this world one step at a time. It can happen, because I know it's happened before. I know it's really easy when stuff like this happens to just think that like, okay, that's a horrible thing that occurred, and we're stuck in this. It's like, no, it can improve. It has to be. All right. So check out the links below. I'm gonna make a donation. Thanks for watching, everybody. Techig signing out.